Welcome to part 34. We are finishing Arbiter's grounds, and hopefully we will reach the Mirror of Twilight and use it to stop Xan's evil plans. Now, you may notice a bit of a continuity error here. I have less hearts than the last part. You see, what happened was, off screen, I've had a bit of a snafu trying to get across here. I tried a few times, got hit by those stupid blade traps, and got caught in the quicksand and lost some hearts in the process. Also, I was trying to get those treasure chests over there on the right side, and all they are, they're just bombs, so don't bother. It doesn't really matter. The only real treasure chest of consequence here, the heart piece I just picked up, so yeah. Alright, now, the thing about this track right here is you gotta time it just right so that you don't get hit by the spinning spike log of doom. And just go on this side, that way you are with the log instead of against it. Although you do have to time it carefully because this will happen. Ow. And you may notice that on the spinning spike log of doom, there are skulls. Yes. Ugh. What kind of a place is this? Though I may ask the same question of Shadow Temple, but still. Hyrule and their prisons. Why? Who cares? We're almost done with this place. And who really built this place anyway? You may think it's people of Hyrule, but if you notice that some of these statues, if you look real closely, they resemble the goddess of the sand, the Gerudo female thieves worship, and who knows? They may have had an influence in its design as well for some reason or another. We may never know for sure. Hi, Stalfos. And bam, 2 for 1. Don't worry, we are almost done. In fact, we are working our way towards the boss key right now. This little puzzle coming up, what we have to do is we have to go through the middle area, go on that track, and there are some blade traps there that are going to try and stop us. What we have to do is just time it just right so that we can make it across to the other side of the room without getting hit. We get hit, we fall down, and we have to start all over. Blech. But thankfully, I got it on my first try. And to be fair, in the past, I have gotten knocked down over and over again, so bleh. And here we are. We have the big key, the boss key, the way to get into the boss door, and yeah. And now we are back in a familiar room. And now that we have the spinner, we can just plug it into the hole and use it to turn the cogs to open the door. Retro steampunk technology, gear technology or something? I'm not sure. This room right here. So we're just going to ride the spinner, which does go along sand very well, thankfully. We're just going to ride up to a certain point, and from there we are going to jump into the center where there is another one of those spinner plug things. Now, if you want to be fancy, you can hop off the track and head for the middle with the spinner, or you can just use wolf mode to get some extra distance. Now, if you ride the track all the way to the end, at the top there are some pots, and one of them contains a fairy, if you need a fairy. I don't need a fairy because I still have the 2 fairies that I got from the Forest Temple and Goron Mines. So, yay. Alright, so now we are creating another track that will lead us directly to the boss door. I wonder who are we going to face that will stand in the way of the Mirror of Twilight. La, 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 la. That actually looks fun. Riding around on a giant top. Here we go. Another fight. Yay. And I spy inside this room A giant skeleton. Odd. Zant, I have 4 words for you. You are a wuss. Coward, wussy. Ugh. I thought you were all powerful and stuff. I thought we were going to finally get it on, you know? Finally duke it out, huh? Huh? I mean, you've proven that you were powerful back in Lake Hylia, but So now we have to face this guy right here. The Twilight Fossil Star-Lord. Yeah. Don't worry, we will face Zant eventually. Right now, we have to deal with this good old giant skeleton right here. And to damage him, we just have to run into his spine from the behind. Now, as we damage him more and more, blade traps will appear, and they can really hinder your progress, so, yeah. The only other dangers you have to face are the occasional breath fire that Star-Lord will produce, and these zombie soldier things that appear and bump Link around while on the spinner. These things are called stall troops, and they're just more of an annoyance, really. They are here to slow Link down so that he will not be able to gain enough momentum to damage a Star-Lord in the spine. Alright. See right here? Now the good news is when we face these things, when we hit a stall trooper, they will essentially be gone. They will not be there. We will create a hole in there, and that's good because, well, it would get annoying quickly if they keep respawning in the same spot over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's just enough to tear your hair out or something. And seriously, these stall troops would feel right at home in some kind of Indiana Jones mummy setting. I know, I keep saying that, but seriously, this place just screams temple adventure. In fact, it probably is a temple adventure. In fact, this whole game has temple adventures, and why am I saying this? Who cares? Ugh. Yeah, I'm going to be jump cutting throughout this boss fight because I take longer than I should to defeat this guy. I mean, sad, really. But hey. Stupid blade traps. And Star-Lord, his name is interesting because, well, he is the biggest stall in the series, as far as I'm aware of. I don't know about Skyward Sword, but yeah. Yeah, he even towers over Captain Kita. I mean, before I destroyed his spine, that is, so, yeah. Don't worry, I'll jump cut soon. It's coming up. In fact, I'm about to jump cut right about here. Now, before the jump cut, you may have noticed that a group of stall troops were aligned in a way that would block the spine. All we have to do is just make a hole big enough and hit him in the spine, and here we go. After 3 hits, he's done for. Yay. And then he sinks into the sand, and thankfully the sand drains from the room. Goody. Oh, look! Star-Lord's skull remains. Huh, I wonder if it would be important later on. Yeah, you know he's going to come back to life. The game is specific on when, though. Alright, don't worry. We'll get to the when shortly. Right now, we just have to take the spinner and just plug it into this thing and ride it on. And what it will do is it will just cause the pillar to rise to the top. You know, lead us to the door that will lead us to the Mirror of Twilight. See, there's the door right there, and yep, Stollard has, well, he's back, and geez, have you considered a dental appointment, Stollard? Jeez Louise, those teeth. Anyway, we have entered the second phase of the Stollard fight, and what we have to do is use the pillar track to climb upward and upward and upward. Eventually, we will catch up to Stollard, and when we do, he will shoot fireballs, and you have to just jump across from the pillar to the wall to dodge the fireballs, and when you get close enough, we'll hit Stollard with the spinner, and at that point, we attack him on the sword. Yeah. Zant's sword is its weak point. It makes sense. I mean, without the sword, Stollard cannot be active. Yeah. And the more you damage him, and the longer this fight goes on, blade traps will begin to appear on the pillars and later on the walls. Now you can see the blade traps coming, and when you do, just hop along from the pillar to the wall, and vice versa. Now here's the weird thing: when we go to the wall, here the blade traps will start going the opposite way. I don't know if it's a gaming glitch or whatnot, but I find that kind of weird. So, Also, make sure that you are high enough on the pillars so that, well, you can successfully attack Stollard, because if you're not high enough, well, and this happens. Ouch. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, if this music here sounds familiar to you, it's because it's actually a remix of the second boss theme from Ocarina of Time. Specifically the boss battle between King Dodongo and Bulbagia. Yeah. And you may have noticed that in phase 1 of this fight, they reused Deo Baba's first phase music. So, yeah, we're going to start to hear a lot of boss recycling music, but it's might as well expected. You cannot create themes for each individual boss over and over. I mean, that's too much work, isn't it? I mean, granted, it's possible they can do that, but they're just being lazy or something, so yeah. Anyway, this is not the only game that Stollard has appeared in. He actually appears as the final boss in the spin-off game, Link's Crossbow Training. Now, he's a little bit different in that game due to the fact that, one, he does not have Zant's sword stuck in his head. We don't know how he's mobile. 2, he has 10 horns instead of 4. And 3, he has a slightly different color scheme, although it's based on the fact that he's in a different location, so yeah. Oh, and another thing about these blade traps right here, as soon as we reach Stollard, they conveniently disappear, so yeah, I guess they don't want us to face blade traps and fireballs. Oh no, that'd be too hard. Oh! Ooh. Well, it doesn't really matter. He's about to die, and we can all rejoice. Hey. So what is that? Is that fur underneath? Is that fur underneath that skull? Or hair? Or what? And Link got up here all of a sudden. Well, it makes sense. He probably used the spinner to go up to the top while Stollard had his dramatic death scene. And it's getting dark all of a sudden. What happened to the light? I like it better when there was light. Bring back the light. Alright, grab that heart container and let's head towards the mirror. Perhaps we can stop Zant's activities once and for all. But the appearance of Zant here in this place might mean that, well, he's on to us. So, he's on to us. He knows what we're planning, so I have a feeling that this might not go well. Stairs! Keep going. Go. Well, here we are. We've gone all the way through this dungeon to reach the mirror chamber. And there's another picture of a goddess. It could be the goddess of sand. Remember, the Gerudo's goddess thing? And oh, look! Look what we got here. Shadow Beast, which means another warp point. Let's see how many we got this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, crap. I mean, it's not really that bad, really. All we have to do is just reduce their numbers and whatnot. You can definitely use Wolf Link's form in this one. And we should take them down quickly. Although you have to be careful here because there are also keys in the area that can screw up your attack. And let's just say I had a little bit more difficulty than I should thanks to the keys. So anyway, reduce their numbers. Go one at a time until there are at least 2 left. And then use a charge attack to take out the remaining 2. So, yeah. Alright. And yay, a new warp point, which means we can come straight here. We do not have to go through that dungeon ever again, thank God. Alright, so let's go up there. We're going to ride this track all the way up to the top and, well, spin in that little hole up on the top to reveal the Mirror of Twilight. Yay. And then we will take a good look at that statue because it will be the last time we will see it. Because when the mirror is raised, the statue will sink. Dramatic scene, come on. There we go. And... crap. Oh, crap. All that work for nothing. The mirror is broken. Zant is one step ahead of us again. Ugh. Well, anyway, here's a bit of storytelling for you folks. planet.
What the hell?
Who is surprised at this big revelation, huh? I'm not. So, we have a case of hijacked by Ganon. Well, so much for Zamp being an original villain. He's just another one of Ganon's minions. Anyway, we will start locating the plot MacGuffins, pieces of the Twilight Mirror, in part 35. See ya.